What's cracking, people? We're here at the yard on a Sunday. We're going to be putting a 10-yard bin on our smallest bin truck, and then last week I fucked up and accidentally ordered a load of 3/4 clear gravel, so we're going to put a 14-yard bin on our triaxle bin truck and put 12 yards of 3/4 clear in it that we dumped in our yard because the person ordered a gravel and I wrote it in the calendar as 3/4 clear. So gonna save at least half the load and get the invoice for it, which is good, since we couldn't invoice for any of it last week since it wasn't what the client wanted. So we'll get going. We'll start with a small bin truck first, probably. Raining today. It rains every day this year for some reason. I have no idea why. All right, everyone close their eyes because I'm going to reveal the secret location to the C-can key. And you could rob our C-can of the valuable C-can stuff we have in here. I hope everyone keeps their eyes closed. Put your blindfold on, because now you know where the secret Paver King key is for the C-can. Get the lights on and the C-can truck keys. We are going to get the little truck going first, truck 36. We'll put a 10-yard bin on this one. It's got to leave first thing in the morning. So for all the internet pundits, I'm not going to check the oil or check anything because we're literally just driving this thing around the yard and putting one 10-yard bin on it. So we had it out last week. This has an electrical brake on it. There we go. Now she'll go. Now she'll start up. Thunders to life. So this truck's a tandem, so it works the best with the little bins. So we'll get the air pressure building up and we'll go get a bin. See the hook moving back? So this one works good with the little bins, this truck. The other two trucks work with them, but not nearly as good. This one works the best. Probably like only 1/10 of our business is 10-yard bins. Most of our business is 14-yard fill bins, not 10-yard bins. So see where that hook is. This one still has a roll down window, so there's that. It's a 2006, so it's got roll down windows and a tape deck, which, you know, having roll down windows and a tape deck, that's pretty rare, I think. You know, in today's world, I doubt there's a lot of vehicles rolling with tape decks. It also has an ashtray, which is a personal favorite of mine. Who doesn't love an ashtray? We could use an ashtray In the old world of 2006, there were still ashtrays. So tape deck, ashtray, manual window. It does have a power window on that side though. So this is probably the lap of luxury for 2006. This one has a Cat C7 in it. So I think what we will do is we'll move one 14-yard bin over. Maybe we'll move a 14-yard bin over. Maybe we'll just pick up the 10 with this one. We'll get the other truck started, and again, I'm only driving around the yard, so I'm not worried about the air pressure. It will go away just like that. We're just driving around the yard. There's a guy cutting the grass for the tree farm. So we're back into this 10-yard bin here. Maybe that's the second one. Maybe we'll get this first one out of here. There we go. That's the one we wanted. Get the hook lined up to the proper height. There we go. Bin is coming up. Oh, this was job one, was getting a 10-yard bin on this truck. That was our first job of the day today. And then our second job will be putting a 14-yard bin on the other truck and filling it up with gravel, which was my fuck up. This truck uses gravity to pull it down the last little bit, which is, when the bins are full is fast. When the bins are empty, it's a bit more of a, takes a little bit more time. But so this is, ooh, the air cab just came up. Nice. Perfect. We'll pull this bin forward. And then we'll put this truck away. This truck has done its purpose for today. And then tomorrow morning we'll be able to just leave the yard without too much of a ruckus. Try to keep the ruckus in the yard down in the mornings so that we're not creating total havoc for anyone who lives around the yard. So we just try to get everything done at night or during the day so that in the morning we can just start the trucks and leave. So put this one away. We'll get the keys to the other one. So we'll put this into the lock position and then we'll put it up like a dump. And then that way the endless fucking rain that happens every day will run out, and then hopefully the bin will be dry in the morning for the drop so that all the dirt doesn't stick in it. Because if it's got water in it, it's a fucking bitch to get the dirt out of the bin. So this, there we go. That's one job done. Shut the PTO off. One of two things accomplished. We'll turn the electrical off in this one. Get the keys for the other truck. That one's a 2006. So that's the oldest truck we have. But it has no emissions on it, so that's good. Yeah, this is for the other truck, so I don't think there's keys for the machine in here. No, I'll have to get a key out of the, I have a key for it, it's just in my bag in the car. So we'll get the key for the machine too, so we can load it up. I don't think we need sunglasses today. Where's the master set of keys? There we go. There's the master set. Keys for everything we own. I guess we should close the back of the car so that it... There we go. All right, let's start the other one. So we have 3 of these bin trucks. 2006, 2009, and 2015. They all have some thunders to life. So the PTO on this one's on the dashboard. We'll slide the hook forward a bit. Gotta unlock this hook, which is like subtly different. This one has like hydraulic grabbers on it that grab the bins physically, which is good. It holds them on better when you're dumping and they can't come off, but it's just another step in the process. And because this is the only truck we have that does that, and I don't drive it very often, this is Cody's truck that she drives all the time, I forget constantly about unhooking, unlocking it. So that's part of it. So we're gonna grab a 14-yard bin in this one, and then we're going to once we grab a 14-yard bin, we're gonna put gravel in it and set this truck up for the morning, basically. Just gotta wait for this one to build air too, since we drain the air tanks, so they never have any air in them, which is good. Cody's got her paperwork filled out for Monday, her invoice book, fire extinguisher, many chargers. So only thing I don't like about this truck is I find this is far away. The other ones, it's right here. This one, it's a bit, the transmission selection thing is a bit far away. But other than that, this is a pretty good truck. It's not bad. This truck here, the belt came off. It smashed, the belt snapped and smashed the fan. So Brad's got the fan. He's gonna fix that truck tomorrow. We'll have all three back on the road, which is great. It's that one is gonna get fixed on Monday too. So when that one's fixed, we'll, that one broke down. That one had a brake valve on the brake C's on Friday. So Christy got it back to the yard, and the cab mount needed to be done. So Brad did the cab mount. He's picking up the valve for the brakes on Monday. Christy's off anyways because it's her birthday. So it, wow, I'm done with putting air in this truck. Like, holy shit. I don't know how far it's got to go before it stops beeping. It's usually 60 pounds. I don't drive this thing all the time though. We're going to be at 90 here. All right, here we go. Let's go get a 14-yard bin. This truck's longer and a bit more awkward. It doesn't have the same kind of turning radius as the other ones for some reason. I don't know. I think it's the suspension on this one is really, it's like extra beefy in the front or something. I don't know. Once you get used to it, it's fine. It's just, it doesn't have the same radius as the other two trucks have. It's a bit more, it's a bit tighter turning radius. If you needed to make a corner, if your life depended on it, this is not the truck to have. I can tell you that much. So we'll grab a 14-yard bin from the lineup of bins we got going on here, which is quite a few. Then we'll jump in the machine and we'll jump in the machine and we'll load this bin up with 14 yards of gravel, which will be a nice little, can make up for my fuck up last week where I thought someone ordered a full triaxle load of someone ordered a full triaxle load of 3/4 clear last week, but they actually ordered a triaxle load of A gravel. So Christy already had the truck loaded when we figured it out. So we brought it back to the yard and dumped it, and now I'll just reload it into this bin for this client, and we'll make up for Mike's fuck up last week, which is all right. I feel like if you can set up Monday on Sunday, you got a lot bigger chance of success. Give everyone a better shot at success for the day. Friday was a long day. We have 4 triaxles we run normally and 1 that we run part-time, and all 5 of them broke down on Friday. So there's that, which was spectacular, that all 5 of them broke down. So for a fun, and interesting Friday. It's stressful. 5 trucks, all 5 broken down on the same day. Our one triaxle that's usually parked here is at the transmission shop because the PTO came off the side of the tranny. So whatever, it's got to get bolted back on or rebuilt. That truck's a 2022. It's like not brand new, but it's certainly not old. Whatever, that's trucking. It's a hard game to win at, I can tell you that much. So we'll put this bin down here, and then we'll get that gravel with the skid steer, and we'll load the bin up. Then we'll pick the bin back up, and we'll park the truck, and then Cody will be Cody's taking Dawn out to do training on the bin trucks, so that's good. You know, he's already driven bin trucks, but I think that, you know, setting someone up to drive what you have is more valuable, is a good setting them up for success. So let's go get the skid steer. We'll load up this bin. Nice and clean. I should go get my headphones. If I don't get my headphones, my ears will ring like fuck for the next 2 days from being in the machine without the hearing protection. I guess this is like the Sunday fun day, right? There we go. Here's the hearing protection. Jump in the skid steer and we'll load it up. Skid steer belongs to our friend Tyler from Hallscape. Because we float people's equipment, we sometimes end up with their equipment in our yard. If they don't have an exact home for it, a next stop for it, sometimes we just bring it back here, and then that way it we don't have to go get it somewhere, and it saves them money if they're anticipating us floating their equipment again for them, because we can just put it on our truck right in the yard and take it where it has to go. So we have quite a few clients that we do that kind of stuff with, where we there we go, where we float their stuff, and we keep it in our yard, and then that way it gives them a bit of savings. But you know, I guess it also allows us to sometimes use the equipment for stuff like this. We have another skid steer in the barn, but I'd have to move all the trucks, and we have a little S70 in the barn we can load this up with. But we'd have to move all the trucks, and I don't really want to move everything around. So we'll just, I know Tyler will find it to use his, so we'll just use his skid steer, and he can send us a bill if he wants for it, I guess. Since we're loading gravel, I already fucked the pooch on. am not a master of these skid steers. These ones run in the ISO pilot position. I am a H pattern, old school guy. I'm not used to these things, so I do the best that I can. So if you're on the internet and you're going to say that guy doesn't know what he's doing, I'm telling you right now, I am not an expert in this style of skid steer. It's not my forte at all. It is this is the way all the build the skid steers now. Is with this ISO system. It's the most popular with the kids, as they say. I am out of style with the kids. That's okay. Probably could have put this bin closer, but whatever. It's Sunday, I'm not in a rush. It's just me here by myself. This bin's going out to our friends at Skateworks. bin is locked and loaded and ready to go. So we'll get it up off the ground and we will and that truck will be ready for Monday. Which is tomorrow. I am so done with the fucking rain this year. Let me tell you. Alright, let's get this thing going. Hook this bin and then wait for tomorrow. Mike, get your fucking shit together. Until it's fucking Sunday. This truck, I don't fuck with the mirrors because it's Cody's truck and she drives it all the time and I don't. But I find it so hard to see anything the way she has the mirrors set. But she's obviously shorter than me, so but whatever, it is what it is. I don't drive it that much. I don't have to move it around the yard that much, so it's I don't want to fuck her mirrors on her. I just feel like that's, you know, for the 6 minutes I'm driving this thing, it doesn't seem fair to fuck up the mirrors on her when she's got to drive it all the time. So this is the part of this truck that always throws me for a loop, is remembering to lock those things, and you can hear it lock. It's just the truck I drive all the time doesn't have that locking mechanism on it. So that's the axle going down. So to lift this axle up so it's not in the way, put the hazard lights on, put the hazard lights off, put the hazard lights on, you can hear the axle come up off the ground. It's like emergency control, because it's a spiff axle, so you can't control it in the cab, and if the truck goes over a certain speed, it automatically comes down, or if it senses the truck has a certain amount of weight. But when you try to reverse with the spiff down, it causes endless chaos. So you gotta basically you can lift it up with those hazards like that, and then that way you don't have to worry about the spiff causing chaos in your day. So we'll get this one put away. There we go. Brake set. Hazard lights off. Cody always drives with this steering wheel good. I guess we gotta leave the power on and put the window up, Mike. Here we go. That's a vision into a business owner Sunday. Getting this shit set up for Monday morning. On Friday, no one called for bins, but on Monday, or sorry, on Saturday, all of a sudden there was a big bin rush. So it's all set up now, which is good. This one doesn't have an electric shutter. We'll have to put one on it. I like having them. I think it deters theft and fire. So Sunday in the rain, but loaded up, ready to go Monday. That's how you keep the clients happy and you keep them coming back.